All right, folks, welcome back to Campaign 17. We are trotting along. We are ahead, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I modded the break even to 39, and that's 39 on national morale. So, yeah, all that looks good. We're ahead on national morale, ahead on support. Somehow we're ahead on morale of armies, even though we're in the CSA for the most part. Don't ask, I don't know. But I think holding much of Virginia, including Richmond, certainly does not hurt us. And that's what's going on there. Out in the far, far west, it's not as good of a story, but it's also not terrible. I mean, the stakes are Missouri. It matters. It matters enough because I moved to Corps here to protect St. Louis. And from St. Louis, once these units get their readiness back, I think we're going to move to Rolla, try to take the supply depot out of the fort, and at least make sure that we have half that state under our control. But I believe that the area where we're going to start to move here is in Tennessee. And I think we kind of do the historical thing, which is we move our logistics along we move our armies along the logistically feasible route, which is the railroads towards Chattanooga and Atlanta. We try to fight battles, win, take more of Tennessee, do all that other stuff that's going to eat at their national support. And as that happens, it'll also tear down their national morale and gets us closer to victory. So as long as none of these are in scouting, I don't think they are. I feel like this close to the enemy, I probably wouldn't have done that, but I also know me, and I definitely would have done that. So we'll see what happens here. McClellan, are you going to move? Maybe we should also make sure that... yeah, you guys are at the double quick. Who else is far away? Army of Tennessee, well, we'll move you up. Army of the Ohio, sure, we'll move you up. Basically, the ones that have the furthest to go, we want to move first so that our forces arrive closer to being on time. And then the First Corps under Kearney will also give our movement orders to, and we'll see where they go, but that's at 5x speed. All right, so they're saying it's a battle, 130,000 on our side. Looks like less than 90,000 on their side. We're going to get everybody within... okay, so maybe not everybody, but almost everybody within 9 hours. It's too close of a battle to quit, so we got to take it. All right, this is what I'm looking at. First of all, I love how spread out the victory points are. They're not as spread out as you would think because the actual concentration is around here. So if you can follow the mouse cursor, that's 30 victory points. We got 5 up here, 35, 40, 45. But that means if you hold 23 victory points, you have a majority. And so you could hold those 20 and 5. You could hold the middle 30. Not that this is easy. The round forest could be, so if you're not familiar with the map, you get a nice railroad tie right here that you could try to dig into. It would be easy enough to get that 10. Where you get the other 13 from, I think is a lot harder to say. It makes sense to keep your forces together, or if it makes sense, I think we might be able to, this is what we're going to push for, by the way. So just to cut the chase, I think we're going to look at Wayne's Hill. We can try to cross up here at McFadden's Ford. We can try to cross at whatever the name of this ford is between the Round Forest and West Murfreesboro, Wayne's Hill, and then maybe move down to the Pike or, well, to this Pike. We'll see. Yeah, we'll just have to see what it looks like when we get there. In terms of forces that are here, let's see. So we have both corps under Halleck, and we have the HQ for the Army of Ohio, and we have Kearney's First Corps. Okay, so we have forces up top right, top left. We can see that pretty much the balance of power is even. It probably makes sense to at least try to push for the Lebanon Turnpike. This force over here is likely going to have to try to take the Round Forest, and then this force will flex either the Round Forest or Wayne's Hill, or maybe to help over here. Again, that's the general plan. We'll have to dig into it and see what we get, but that's how I'm thinking things at the beginning. All right, so we'll hit play here. Just put the cav out front, but let's see what we can see. Scouts are going to go out. Push down the road with them. I probably should move these guys first because they have the furthest to go. So if we want everybody to arrive more or less at the same time, well, I should have done that. I didn't. It is what it is. As far off force here is Manson's Corps. And yeah, they're just far off and not really, I don't think those 5 points are worth dividing our force. So we're going to move them, or at least order them up to the Round Forest. Their divisions were kind of all over the place, but it's late in the day here. We're likely going to go to day 2. All right, so the mouse scroll is pretty fast, and yeah, there's that. So that's a division. I think I detached all my cavalry. I guess I'm about to find out if I didn't. I think that this is McClellan, wherever. There, I can see him. But can I click on him? No, not a problem. So bring the rest of McClellan's Corps to here. Since I think we're going to reach nightfall, we'll send Quinby's detachment to capture that victory point so they can't bother us from there. And then, yeah, it's not actually who we want. Same with Davidson, it's Manson's Corps that's over here, and we'll order them to the Round Forest as well, because who knows what we're actually going to get. All right, so we'll let that play out, and then I'll bring you back. So it's interesting, and I'm going to slow it down here just a little bit as we are going to, so about 6 p.m. here. As soon as I had Brooks Cavalry capture West Murfreesboro or Waynes Hill, and that gave us a majority of victory points. Up until then, the CSA had been hanging out back here. As soon as I sent Brooks Cavalry back to capture the Round Forest, the CSA began to mobilize and attack. I only point this out because I made the case to the devs years ago that it ought to be control of the victory points that determines the AI's overall orientation, and it seemed like they were not too enthused with that idea, and that it ought to be balance of power and other things. Whatever, fine. But once we got to the point that we were defending rather than attacking, the AI came out of its entrenchments. You can see that it built them down here, and it realized, oh no, we need to attack, because we had 20, and then this is a 5-pointer up here, 10 to 20 points down here, which means over the long term, this scale would have pulled back in our direction unless we are, the morale just completely collapsed, even though we were holding a majority of points. So I doubt very much that we're going to be able to hold this. I think, yeah, I ordered McClellan up a little bit. I put Quimby's cavalry over here. I'm going to send them back over this way. Brooks Cavalry, I now realize, I tend to like to have the cavalry on the flanks, but it looks like the big fight is going to be over Waynes Hill. I think one of the questions is whether nighttime is going to come soon enough that we can get our forces here and try to delay them. I don't think so, but I'm not terribly worried about that. We got some of our reinforcements here already. This was Newton's Corps, and so they're going to push along with the others who are already here. We should probably get some more overnight. We got Manson's Corps over here, and they're also coming up to this Round Forest. If we lose Waynes Hill, we're slightly behind. That's too bad. It is what it is. But it should at least be a fairly bloody affair over here. But you know what? Maybe we actually have time to bring in. I don't know. It looks like it's going to begin with Brooks Cavalry. We'll recall the scouts. We don't need the scouts. We know where they are. Well, the game tells us that they are right here. So we know that much. We can even hear them. But if we can get some cav across, that'd be great. I wonder if overnight they'll kick us back further because of how front lines work. All of that really remains to be seen. All right, we didn't mean to click that there. And yeah, McClellan's coming up. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think Quimby's cavalry is going to arrive too late to do anything to intercept this force. And so I don't know if we're going to actually lose the point that is Wayne's Hill, but we're going to come very close to losing it. Yeah, this cav, and that's Claiborne's cav. They look like they're ready to tussle, and they got here real quick. I'm just amazed. Alright, if there is action, I guess I can bring you back. Otherwise, I can't tell if there's going to be action. You'll find out. Alright, I'm about to press play, but before I do, I want to explain myself to everyone. I don't actually know, right, so it kind of shows you the last known place before nightfall hits as to where the enemy was. I decided to use my 14 engineering points. We just built basic level 1 parapets. The idea was that, well, first of all, this seems like the key ground, right? If we hold Wayne's Hill, I assume, and this is a big assumption, that they're not going to go for the turnpike up here, because that's a 5-pointer. If we lose it, we lose the majority. Famous last words. Where did it go? Yeah, the round forest up here. But those, that's 25 points right there. As long as we hold those 3, we should be okay. Manson's core just barely missed being able to bubble deploy over to us. Halleck is actually the overall army commander. It's weird. McClellan is over on the left. Manson is over on the right. So I'm just going to leave Halleck at the round forest. There might be order delays. It is what it is. But my main concentration, it's Park's core. That's in here. All the artillery has been detached, so you'll see this a little bit better when we zoom down, and maybe we need to finagle this a bit. I don't want my artillery having to have to do too much canister, but hopefully, there we go. Hopefully, yes, anytime now, man. You can see that we have the artillery looking out in a number of directions. They're generally on high ground. I have not elected to always put them in the best of cover. Instead, I prefer to give the artillery good sight lines, and you know, my hope is if they have that. Okay, I did not do that in this case, so we're going to move Schaefer's battery back, and maybe they'll have good enfilade fire, because, yeah, Wayne's Hill, I think, is going to be the big deal. If we lose this 5-pointer, we can try to counter-press against this 10, or even swing some cavalry out to capture this 5 and get a majority. We're still in the building up phase, so we got more reinforcements. I don't know that everyone is here. I thought we had one more corps, but for right now, I think we just need to press play and find out what the AI has in store for us. All right. That tells me that something just happened. All right, so the artillery sees stuff. I do not. Looks like they're firing at stuff over here that I can't. I have still not. Well, I haven't done it well enough. I haven't edited the files to try to keep things that are like close enough that we should be able to see it. Clearly, the artillery sees it because they're shooting at it and they're left on auto fire. Okay, now we kind of see that we shouldn't be losing it. Most important thing though is that Manson come over here, and we're going to put... that's not great. Yeah, the goal was to kind of put Manson near the roads, but it's odd because I guess this road does it, but we already have forces there. I don't need to move all the way up to that crossing up there, but it can allow us to get some fire on there. I want to go through very quickly. I should have done this before, but, you know, whatever. So maybe rather than change your stances, I've had some luck at changing the ranges if I don't give them a stance. So as long as I don't give them an AI stance, I found some luck. If I give the order from the top, it eventually gets down to everybody in the unit. I've kind of positioned all the corps and really the divisions where I want them. And so I think the next most important thing is that we just get those ranges right. I don't love attacking at or shooting at long range. Can we give a top-down order here? Well, see, it's actually from McClellan's corps that's in position. Well, maybe they just hadn't got the order yet, but I want them to kick out skirmishers. I'll usually micro my cavalry. That's the micro reward I give myself, but I try to I try to keep everything else at the division level. Has Schaefer actually found any targets? Man, that is some qualified artillery. 5 stars. That was pretty cool. Alright. They don't have any targets yet. Maybe we'll move them to the front side of that hill, but probably no further. Alright, maybe I've put the infantry too close. Yeah, I probably put the infantry too close. So that the artillery can't shoot over it. Alright, maybe the order just did not filter down as I'd hoped. But we'll try it at other levels. Sheridan should move up to here. Harney, you know, it should probably join him and try to hold the backside of this group here while Manson moves over here to reinforce, and hopefully all we got to do is defend, right? If that's what happens, I think we're winning this, but we'll really have to wait and see to find out how many of these batteries are actually firing. They're going through the motions, so that's a good thing. Yes, not yet. No, apparently. Maybe we got to give the lay down order. Yeah, that looks like it helped at least in one case. I don't think the HQ would keep that group from firing, but maybe it will. Alright, so we got them laying down. They're shooting. That's fine. Nope, you don't need to march all day. Skirms out in the front there. Alright, so that's a core level. We don't need anything there. But we do want to kick some skirmishers out here. And even though those quote-unquote cav divisions of pretty much 1 brigade each have been moved out or detached, there's still a bit of delay in moving them. We're going to move Copeland's division up just to the tree line here. It's really close on tree lines, but we're going to hope that works. And then I guess Prentice over here still needs to get the order to move to medium range and kick out a wall of skirmishers. I guess their artillery moved up too close and probably got, oh, I don't know, 3 or 4 V1'd. So that's not where you want to be if you're your artillery. Checking the top line, yeah, it has us down, but we get to defend. So with the settings we have, long term, the benefit should accrue to us, the benefit of victory points. Looks like they're going to make a play for this crossing. It's the right move. Harney's men are going to move up there. We're going to order those brigades over to here. See, Getty's over. Day has Park. Alright, so he's over here. Let's just do this for role-playing reasons. We'll move him over to there. Davidson is Newton. Who's right here? Okay. Yeah, so these are both kind of their own 1 corps forces. Alright, and now we have a better sense as to where they're off to. So you would go there. Yeah, I don't know that we need you there. Maybe we'll move you up there. Maybe we'll move you up there. I've not detached those artillery yet, and yeah, we'll move you there. Again, the AI should have a considerable number of troops. But not as many as we do. We've seized the key ground, and we're hoping for the best here. So 3 out of those 4 batteries have shots, but I guess this one does not. We'll give them canister. Okay. But yeah, I thought that the high ground here and the high ground over here would... Yeah, it would make difficult a lot of the attacks coming this way. Coming through the forest, it is what it is, right? That's kind of where they are, but... Right, we've pushed our cav up here. Maybe we'll push it into the creek beds here, just because that does give us some cover. And also see if we can raid the backside. Grab that reinforcement point, those reinforcement points, and then those victory points, and put them on a greater clock to come and get us. Or detach forces to go back and capture them. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Again, this is kind of what I like about multiple victory points. A pretty wide map. I mean, at least on this one, we're playing close to half the map. Yeah, I would say from Round Forest, Lebanon Turnpike, all the way down to here. Well, maybe it's a third of the map. But you know what? It's better than nothing. So, and I completely forgot about these guys. These guys, we should... I don't remember who they're part of. So they're part of Newton, and Newton is over here. But I already have 3 cav brigades running that way. So we'll do something on the right here. We'll kick it up a notch to 2x since we seem to be in this kind of never-ending artillery duel. I suspect as we knock down their batteries, they're sending skirmishers up to reinforce them. We'll order those 2 divisions to lay down. I don't know that that's going to open up any targets. Well, looks like the artillery shot there, or they received. They found stuff to shoot at. Okay, they did not. We'll see if moving them up there changes any of that. And maybe we'll do the same here. We'll order them to lay down, but I don't think that they're the reason this battery isn't shooting. I just don't think that anything has popped out here. So. All right, I hear contact. Let's go check it out. It is at this tree line. Yeah, this is kind of what I mean, this is what I would, well, is this what I would do if I were them? I don't know. I mean, that 5-pointer is tempting, but there's McClellan's entire corps, right? 3 full divisions plus 3 cav brigades that are ready for that. And if you throw too much over there, then we can swing against these other parts. But, you know, the CSA could have held them. Yeah, could have, should have. So if I'm not sure, that means that the AI, I think, is doing a reasonable job. Right, if I don't know what to tell you. But. And then it got quiet. Yeah, the bigger push does seem to be over here. Yeah, we did not get... Yeah, this is really bad. We did not get skirmishers out. Unfortunately, over here, that's, you know, it is what it is. It's okay. So that's that. So we got Terry. Now, Terry's going to be late to the party, but eventually we'll get there. All right, we got Kern's cavalry kind of moving in the right direction. Probably actually further than they have to. Or Keim's cavalry. We're going to order them to stop for now. Reno. Yeah, I think I actually want Reno over here. And I'm just going to already order those folks up there. So that we're really invested in trying to... I know, it's 3 crossings up here and 1 over here. But that's 2 corps, and it's supported by a 3rd corps that's over here. So maybe we can make it bloody. We will see. As it's quiet over here, we're gonna... Yeah, and it's quiet up there. We're gonna push the cav up this way. And we will move those divisions at least up to here. Let's recall our skirmishers so that we can kind of move together. Same thing with you all. Maybe move you to medium range while you do that. You'll stay on the inside track. McClellan, since you're in charge, I swear you are in charge. Okay, you are in charge. We're gonna move you up there. The artillery. Oh, I gotta delete 30 pounders from the game. They're too good, right? It's not that they're not good, it's that they're too good. And alright, we'll see if them laying down changes anything. Probably not. Alright, they're firing. Ross still is not. That's okay. We're gonna send Ross. Maybe Ross. No. We don't want that. We will send Ross over to here and see if Ross can figure anything out over here. If not, is what it is. Yeah, and we may have to attack with, I don't know this person's division, Rodman's division. We will see. Alright, those skirmishers should open up. I don't know what. Yeah, okay, they are. They're getting around to it. Now, did they keep? They did not keep the medium range order. That's too bad. Too bad. We're gonna move Harney over to here. Sheridan is in danger of being overwhelmed. It's kind of the nature of the thing. Keim. You know what I'm thinking for Keim is that we actually take our 5 cav brigades, which seem to have pretty open season back here. I'm not going to worry about the victory points. They matter, but not that much. And we're going to try to ride all the cav behind them and collapse this position up here. So we're going to get the cav moving that way, and then we're going to send, who is it? I forget who this was. It's Manson. I think it was Manson's corps to reinforce over to here. Alright, as we have no attacks yet. In some of these areas, we're going to order these divisions forward as well. I find it hard to believe that Griffin is actually shooting at anything. Alright, we will order... I don't know, is it time to break here? Since they didn't really keep my distance order. That theory went out the window. Maybe we just order those divisions to defend. Because really defense works good enough for us at this point. Oh no, Keim. My mistake. Okay, you've all moved. Others have not. Yeah, my guess is this is probably pretty bad. Yeah, I mean they're trying to engage at long range, or we're trying to engage at long range. It's not the best. No idea what happened to the brigade here. Did we send it packing? Hard to tell. Right, we've pulled folks back there. We're going to move that division there. We're going to move that division there. I think we can pull back skirmishers here as well and just push up. Yeah, up here it's easy to grow impatient, which I do. Oh no, we didn't lose them. They're right here. I'm gonna help the AI out there, because if you're just standing there, you're not doing anything. If you're gonna stand there, you might as well shoot. Alright, so yeah, Sheridan did a good job rotating Barlow back. Or Barlow did a good job rotating Barlow back. I don't know how that was done, but it was the right call. Wetzel or Weitzel should move up. Okay, we will move them up to there. We're going to move them up to there. Yeah, oh, okay, so now we know more about how the AI is disposed here. Or the CSA, really. Alright, not sure what Shelby's up to. Our artillery, I rarely get it right, but I think we got these positions generally right. I'm not ordering this division forward, even though it could relieve pressure most immediately. I am waiting for the other elements to come up. Oh no, Barlow or Bartow? Yeah, Barlow. Okay, Barlow broke. Sheridan is in big trouble. Big trouble, but reinforcements are on the way. Alright, Keim no longer wants to do the thing I don't want him to do, so that's good. Lovell is moving, Abbott is moving, and... Alright, so we gotta kind of plan, like, where the order delays are gonna end. So, we'll put you there. We'll put you there. And we'll put you there. Once they get dismounted in loose formation, that should cover the entire front. Copeland's division, we're going to move here. Barry's division, we're going to move here. Davis's, we'll move there. We're going to start getting crammed in there. Brannon, we got to plan ahead already for the next move. Alright, so you're going to be there. And now what I think we do, beginning with Prentice, is we just change the attack orders. You know what? Yeah, we do. We'll wait for all that to go through. We'll, so Terry, I can switch over to defend. Keim is eventually going to be attacked, but maybe he doesn't know that yet. Yeah, you're on defend. Okay, and then you're on defend as well. Alright, that is that. So our scrims have been outflanked. I presume that's why they're falling back. And over here, we are missing a lot. Looks like the AI just walked up and volleyed at close range. That's beautiful. That's what they should be doing. Oh no, it's going to be a melee. It is absolutely going to be a melee, and I think we're going to lose. Wow. Their volley beat ours, so that's not good for us. Just trying to hold here until reinforcements show up. Reinforcements show up to support us, and then the attack gets underway where it needs to get attacked. Oh, we got this engagement here in the woods. I think that unless we go in here at very close range, I don't think much is going to come of this. Because long-range fighting in the woods, it's just not going to do that much in terms of casualties. It'll be a very slow tick rate for casualties. Kimball is pulling back here on the far right. Yeah, we don't really need skirmishers back there. Okay. The artillery has turned... Our artillery has turned here to shoot. I like all of that, and I think it's time for... I believe I have 2 divisions here. I do. So it's time for these 2 divisions to bring in their skirmishers and roll over to the attack. Alright, you're firing. You know what? If you're firing, I'm going to leave you as you are. Alright. We'll order Rodman's division forward. We're going to order advance and just hope that they engage as they go. And we'll just bring Bayard's reserve up like that. Alright, the Cav have... Well, the Cav who were supposed to get behind them have more or less done that. We really don't want to be doing melees. Oops. Yeah, we want to shoot that out. And we want to order them up. And if it's faster, we'll just order them up. Alright. So they still got the big push going on over here. We have forces to fall back to. It looks like that close range engagement that Stafford took, in the short term at least, it has paid off. Abbot's brigade is going in for a charge against McCausland. I think however that goes, eventually McCausland, even if they win, they're going to come out facing a significant Union force, and they're probably not going to want that. Yeah, we got their backside over here, so we're going to order Copeland in. And what is this? Barry? Not a whole lot there, but that's okay, because we're looking for the openings and we're just going to press for them. McClellan, move you up. Alright, I think our forces are going to start getting in our own way if we don't move our artillery, so we got to move our artillery. Reno is back here. We don't need Reno back here. Oh, we've routed some of them. Alright, so Reno is back here. We're going to switch Reno over to the... Nah, we're going to put Reno on defend, but move him up. Alright, Terry has already done that. Keim... I don't know how we get there, Keim, but maybe we arrive over here and start shooting from there. Alright, let's try to stay focused on the battle as much as I can, but there is that kind of housekeeping that has to get done. Slow it down to 1x so we don't overwhelm anything or anyone. And by that, of course, I mean me. No way! No way. That seemed a little too soon on their side. Though, maybe in some ways it wasn't soon enough, right? If they had fallen back earlier. Uh-oh. Who got wounded? Leggett? I don't know Leggett. Now, by rights, we should wipe whatever this force is. I'm okay with it not actually being that way, but we have cut off the retreat paths, I think. Probably want to bring Rodman back if we don't want him to rout. Rodman is on attack. But their orders are usually when they're in attack, it's just to break them in a firefight. That darn long range, man. you can see, well, I'm going to say that they get some cover from all that, but not a whole lot. With 42 ticks on the top left, it's actually a fair amount of time. I think that this cavalry should do very good work against what should be their rearguard elements, but because of how they've positioned themselves, they're a bit far forward. Alright, we're going to switch Arena over to the attack. We'll see how far we get with that as an order. Armies, or yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. They have not taken many casualties. Good for them. Wow, you rarely get the surround like this. I still gotta finagle a bit with the AI settings to get the AI to retreat when the balance of forces is against them, but generally they know what they're doing. Alright, Schimmelfinnig is in pretty good order here. Whose skirms are these? Smith? I don't know where Smith is, but he ain't here. Let's get these guys out of here. Got a push going on our right. I would think that we could break McNair, but he's got a lot of casualties left to give. Hasn't broken so far. Stovall's in okay order. McCausland's rough. Yeah, Goss is rough. Even though the right was our weak point before, I think we're doing much better now. Let's see if we can get a fair... Yeah, it's a pretty fair capture of everything. CSA has bottled up here in the trees. Let's see. Alright, Union Brigades are ordered up there. There. Kimball is definitely worse for the wear. We'll get him moving like that. We'll see what we get here. Who is this? Shetland. No sense in you, well, routing from the battlefield. We are going for the sweep here. I don't think we're going to get it, but I think we're going to do a lot of damage. And if it becomes a war of attrition, well, it has already become a war of attrition. If that's the case, I think that these are the kind of battles that help us win the war. I feel like we should be up on casualties. A win on their home turf, all that benefits us. Alright, that's about gonna do it for us. All good things, right? Alright. Wow. If that's true, let's see what the actual... Well, newspaper sells because a lot of times it's not really 20,000 casualties, but yeah, if that's a major victory, that's certainly moves the needle in the long run. Alright, what do they tell us? They tell us that, wow. Yeah, like it's, in relative terms, it's bad. Right, that's 11,500 out of the war for them. And for us, it's maybe 2,500 out of the war. It ain't good. It is not good for them. Not just in terms of the results of the battle, but also the larger strategic implication, which is that I should be able to press. Now, there aren't IIPs down here that are worth mentioning, or towns. There are IIPs, but there aren't towns that are worth mentioning down here. But Chattanooga could be up next, and I don't know if Hill's Corps has any of its friendlies that could help reinforce it, or if the blue tide is just going to wash over them and push them back to Atlanta and maybe further. Right over here, we got Kelly hanging out doing Kelly things. Gibbon is doing Gibbon things. They're just they're fine. They've done well enough. We don't need them to do more at the moment. All right. Concern here is, of course, readiness. We don't want to be losing it. First, I feel like I already got the notification. Maybe not. Mind is a terrible thing to lose. Logistics reform. Yeah, not as interesting to me as recruitment offices, but let me check something. Yeah, I want recruitment offices. Even if it takes time to put people into this war. Let's go. Where are you? There you are. So we're going to get you done. I'd like propaganda. How far off on propaganda? We're not far. We are not far on propaganda. Subsidized agriculture is Farm mechanization, very nice. We'll wait for that one. And I forget. It's been a moment here in real life since I was In campaign, I don't remember what the heck I was researching. Okay. Breadbasket. And once that's done, probably feed Europe. And yeah, that should be the financial icing on the cake. Against the CSA. Alright, Newton's Court needs a rest. Manson, not so much. Footcap. I like Footcap, but I haven't really been moving in that much. Maybe embedded reporters, just because I don't know how experienced those troops are, but they're getting experienced, and experienced troops tend to be a little picky on who leads them. They want quality leaders for some reason. I don't get it. First Corps here under Kearney, they can move, so we're gonna move them. First Corps under McClellan, for now they can move. I don't know how long that's gonna remain true, but okay, that First Corps not so much. Halleck, fine, but he ain't much. All right, maybe we have to move Park down here. We'll try to move him on the railroad to save his readiness, but yeah, we don't really want him moving into the orange. Maybe we just... So we get a battle here with Butler, and it looks like this should be a pretty free win. I'm looking at the time here in the video. We're coming up on 52 minutes, so I'm thinking no for this episode, but this should be, famous last words, should be a gimme when we resume in the next episode. So you should have some idea of where things are going to begin next, as at least here in Tennessee, we're continuing the drive to Chattanooga. And once we get ourselves caught up there, then the push on to Atlanta here in August of 1864.